first became interested in Vietnam in 1954. That's when the famous Battle of Dien Bien Phu took place. How many people know about that battle? This is the battle where the French and their allies fought against the Vietnamese communists. And every day in the plain dealer, I watched as the lines around the French forts got smaller and smaller, and eventually, of course, it fell. I next really wanted to go to Vietnam. I know that sounds crazy, but in 1968, the U.S. Army was giving free tickets. And in 68, 69, I got a chance to go. I joke a little bit about that, but I really wanted to go and see things over there, and I really thought I could help. I really wanted to work in the villages on what they called civil affairs. Anyway, in 68, 69, I had the privilege of serving with the greatest force militarily in the United States Army. And who's that? The Green Berets. And I was very privileged to serve with them. Anyway, after I came back from Vietnam, I thought, you know, it's going to get straightened out, there'll be some kind of peace, etc. Well, eventually in 75, Vietnam fell. And at that point, we had a lot of people came to Cleveland. Miss Ryan thinks that there were as many as 15,000 through here, but got many of them driven away by the ice and the snow. I tried to convince them that's really nice. But the bones are so fragile and thin, the cold would go right through, and it really hurt the people. But in 75, we set up a coalition. Miss Ryan was part of that, and the coalition helped to settle people here in Cleveland. And we now have a thriving Vietnamese community. You can see the nail shops, you can see the restaurants, there are other businesses. But I still wanted to go back to Vietnam. And of course, I couldn't do that. Miss Ryan found a way to go back in 1993. And when she came back here to Cleveland, she got together with me and some others, and she said, things are so bad there, we've got to do something. And so she set up the foundation. And I said, well, what are you going to call it? Well, she said, that's simple. We'll call it the Friendship Foundation of American and Vietnamese. And that was the name. And I said, well, what are you going to do? She said, we're going to take people back to Vietnam. We may take veterans back, their families. We'll also take others who will work there, charitable work. And so that's the 1,100 people that she has helped sponsor over the past 23 years.
When I say Friendship Foundation, how then you ask me what I mean, what are my explanation, you remember?
Go ahead.
You don't remember what I told you?
Real loud.
Real loud now, tell her.
No? Well, when he asked me why you named the Friendship Foundation, because, you know, when many people say foundation, that. Me, because the reason we chose the name of Friendship Foundation is because when America come to my country, they hardly know any one of us. Because first of all, they were too busy fighting the war and they're not allowed to come to us. If they come to me to us, and sometimes they can blow up. Some people don't know each other. Anyway, so they don't have opportunity to see. But I was lucky that I was working with many of them, and I find many young men that I know, and some of them that I met during the Vietnam War there. Died for my country.
Real loud, y'all.
And died, and but many of those people I met, because I happen to work for the United States government and right where I'm at, which is we receive all the young men, 16, 17, 18 years old, little, with a uniform. And they go in the war for us. And that's where they come in, and then I happen to work the officer club and answer club at night. I got other job during the day. I work in the office. So I have opportunity to, that's where I learn my English and so on and so forth. Learn the culture, learn a lot of things. But many of those people, they transfer away somewhere else, and next thing I know, they blow up, they die somewhere else. And they don't know who we are in many ways, and some people say we're bad. So when I came here to work in 1971, people throw things at me and so everything because they don't know who I am either. They call me a different kind of name. They call me Boot Ching, whatever they call us. But anyway, so when people get to know me, because I get to know those people in the where I work, we get along well and we like each other and so on. So I did find a way. If you get to know people and you become friends and you know those people. But why foundation? Foundation is something has to be concrete, something is strong, something will be like bend down. Maybe my explanation wrong and I say to Mr. Mice and he agreed to do that. The guy, he said, that's kind of, I remember, you look at me, you say, like kind of weird how you explained to me. I remember where we met over the
Lighthouse.
lighthouse. And when I come back from Vietnam, I was going to stay 6 weeks at that time. I only stayed buried 2 weeks. Because I come back, I see that everything in Vietnam was devastated. I mean, it was terrible. My family doing well, and they got money come from me. I sent home that they had only the thing about the hole about that big, with only deep the water base and cook and everything else. And all my brothers and sisters, she went to see the one the most in my Vietnam, that she went to school the most. I sent her to the school. She go to high school. But the rest of the people at that time don't have any. So I tell you, that's very important, friendship.
Now, you're into Joe's 3 or 4 minutes.
I know.
Anyway, no, it's fine.
You wanna hear that
Beautiful,
more
that's
than
better
what
than
it
me.
is. Yeah.
Since 1993, Ms. Ryan has taken back, as I said, over 1,100 people, including veterans, and over $25 million she's raised in services, funds, etc. She's gone back to Vietnam 40 times, and that's for stays of a month and longer. We're not talking 2 days. I have gone back about 30 times, and consider myself very privileged to have gone that many times, and we'll be headed back again, and she always likes to take more people with her.